Hello everybody! It has been a long time. Today we are at the Bronx Zoo. This is the first time we've been back here since the week before COVID struck us. They have an advanced reservation process that you have to go through. So you have to go online in advance if you're planning on coming, whether you're a member or not. It's gonna put you into a virtual line, and then you're gonna have 5 minutes to make your ticket selections. If you are a member, they're gonna verify your membership information, and then you select kind of how you want to do your virtual tickets. Email is obviously gonna be the easiest option. And then they send you an email with a barcode that they actually scan at the entrance to the parking lots, just to confirm that you do have a reservation before you either pay for parking or your membership gets you into the parking lots. The time slots that were available for today, which is September 4th, was 11, 1, or 3 p.m. So they do kind of limit how many people are going to be allowed in. I will tell you, this place is way more crowded than we anticipated it to be. This is the first time we've been here where the parking lots were packed. The lower lot, if you're coming in off Southern Boulevard, was completely full. They were having everybody come up. We're actually in the Asia parking lot right now, and it is packed. So a lot more people here than I thought there were gonna be. But let's go check it out and see how crazy busy it is actually inside. I mean, they're supposed to be limiting the amount of people in here, so I don't know if that's really working right now, but let's go in and check it out and find out.
This week's episode is brought to you by Kerry from Mickey World Travel. Now more than ever, people are realizing the value of a travel agent. Kerry is a full-service agent that can help you book your next trip anywhere you desire to go. Contact Kerry directly at kerryt@mickeyworldtravel.com today to learn more about how she can help you book your next family getaway.
All right, so I'm headed back out to the car right now because we forgot our money. But first impressions, we walked in through the Asia Plaza entrance, and the line for the monorail was all the way back out to almost the center of the plaza. So we decided not to do the monorail now. We're gonna check it out towards the end of the day. I'm assuming there's some social distancing in the queue, so it might just look longer than it actually is. But we'll check it out later. We've got a pass here, so we're not necessarily needing to go on it, but if you come here once or twice a year and you like going on the monorail, the line's a lot longer than it usually is, so just be prepared for that. Hey Kaylee, where do you want to go?
To see the gorillas.
Gorillas? All right, let's go see if they're open. Hey Kaylee, what do you call a 3-humped camel?
Pregnant.
Pregnant! Alright, so we've been through a couple exhibits so far. We just did the wild dog exhibit. They have social distance markings all over the place, so a lot of the attractions that are tight to go through, they do have one way in, one way out. We've already seen one couple just completely disregard it and come out the entrance, which, I mean, there wasn't a lot of people, so it's not the end of the world, but just something to keep in mind if you are coming here. They also have markings on the ground showing you where two-way paths are versus one-way paths. And at all the exhibits, they have signs up reminding everyone that they have to have a mask on and also to keep social distancing. So they're doing a pretty good job so far. It's not as busy as I thought it was gonna be once we got in. There's a lot of cars here, but there's not that many people so far, but we'll see how bad the line is for the Congo gorilla exhibit as we head over there now. All right, so we're in the Dancing Crane Plaza right now. We just got out of the Congo gorilla exhibit. So some feedback on the gorilla exhibit. The line to get in was right outside of the exhibit, so that you'd have to wait to get in because they were limiting the amount of people that they allowed into the exhibit at one time because most of it's enclosed. The line had no social distancing cues whatsoever, so everyone was just back to back. Once you made it into the actual exhibit, there was basically no one around you in the areas where there wasn't any actual gorillas or any animals up close. One of the issues that I noticed was when there was an animal that people wanted to see, people tended to crowd around it and they just completely ignored the social distancing markers that were on the ground that basically says stand here, not here. I don't know if there's any way that they can really prevent that from happening other than having zoo staff inside the exhibit kind of telling people to space out, but if there's one gorilla in the whole exhibit that's standing up against the glass, you're going to have a crowd of people there waiting. Other than that, it was a decent experience. I feel like the gorilla encounter portion, where you actually go into the tunnel and you have glass on both sides of you, I don't know if there's a way for them to do it, but it seemed like there were a lot less gorillas in there than there normally are. I don't know if the zoo is able to do that by design to prevent people from kind of crowding in there for too long. But overall, it wasn't a horrible experience. I would definitely say if you're going to pay to come here and you're going to pay to go to the exhibit, just expect it's not going to be the same type of exhibit that you've seen in the past with social distancing cues in place. As far as the Dancing Crane Cafe goes, there is no indoor seating at all. Everything is outside. You can see right here, there's not too many full tables. There is another pavilion on the other side that is full pretty much to capacity. Food is available inside the cafe, but there is no seating inside, so just keep that in mind. They've also reopened the outside area that if you see our winter Bronx Zoo trip, I'll post that video in the end. They reopened that area that they were working on during the winter time, so we'll get some shots of that as well and drop it in here for you guys to see. All right, so we just finished up lunch. We actually packed our lunch. We did not buy lunch here today, which we normally would do, but we weren't sure if they were gonna have food options. So hopefully you now knowing that they have food options helped you out a little bit. Now, it wouldn't be a trip to the Bronx Zoo without going in the store. So they have a nice assortment of masks here. All different front animal prints and zoo themes. Definitely picking up the shark one and the alligator one because why not? So this area behind me here is usually a lot more packed in with tables and clothing racks, and they've really cleaned it up and opened it up to allow more room for people to safely walk around in here, which is cool to see. So they actually have a similar open floor space area here as well in the toy area that you guys can see. Going the extra mile. So we just got out of the Dancing Crane gift shop, which is the main gift shop in the zoo. If you are a member of the zoo, keep in mind we were just notified that as of Labor Day they are dropping the discount for the merchandise purchases to 10% from 20%. So pretty substantial drop in the discount you get. Just remember, the patio behind me here is another great place for outdoor dining at the Bronx Zoo. Looks like a lot of empty tables here, and it is 1:24 in the afternoon. So if the Dancing Crane Plaza is full, you can always come over here. So the Komodo dragon statue right here is one of our go-to photo ops when we come to the Bronx Zoo. And now they have a sign on it that says you are not allowed to touch it due to social distancing guidelines. Boo! So one cool point to bring up, the Madagascar display behind me is just one example of one of the exhibits where normally you're not allowed to bring a stroller in. You're also not supposed to bring strollers in the Congo exhibits, but because of social distancing, and I'm guessing the fact that they're trying to keep people from touching other people's stuff, they are allowing you inside these exhibits with strollers now. Pretty cool. So coming out of the Madagascar exhibit, I definitely found that the social distancing markers were being followed a lot better in there. So it's probably just comes down to the people who were in there at the time. But they also had a lot of the kind of touching exhibits, anything that was really hands-on, they had roped off or blocked off, which was cool to see because you really want to make sure that they're not touching anything if they don't have to be. We're talking about the little ones. All right, so we just came out of Tiger Mountain. Again, a lot of the interactive exhibits were all shut down. They also had the second area, the second observation area where they have the water tank where a lot of times you'll see the tigers swimming. That area was also closed. So it was one way in, one way out. There were a few people not following those guidelines, just kind of cutting in line. But, you know, it's to be expected. This right here was the snack shack that they were actually building. We were wondering what it was going to be. They actually do have it here. It ended up being a nice little snack bar. So another one of the great places to stop and grab a quick bite when you're walking around the park. All right, well, that's going to do it for us today. We got it right here around 11:30. It's 2:30 now. It's very busy for a situation where you have to reserve a spot to get in. And them claiming that they have limited capacity. I found it to be extremely busy here today. The monorail line is even longer now than it was when we got here at 11:30. most of the popular exhibits had a decent wait line. Now that could be due to just the fact that they're taking extra precautions to clean and things. I do understand that, but I don't know. I feel like this is the busiest place it's ever been, right? So I wanted to mention one more thing. We were talking about the wait times. So they have the jungle. It's like a nature trek thing that you do when you walk up. You can see some in the previous videos. We've done it before. We've been here 6 or 7 times and there's never been a wait for it. As we approach the booth where they scan your membership card or you have to pay to get into it, the woman informed us it was a 30-minute wait for it today. So just going back to the point of it's really busy.
Really want to say bye.
I don't know. With that being said, we're gonna head out today. It was fun, but I would say let's wait until after COVID to return. Kaylee, you want to say bye?
Bye.
Say bye. Look at Daddy. Say bye.
Say subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the Fun Parent if you haven't done so already. Please like the video. Comment down below if you have any questions or anything about what we did here today. But with that being said, we're done, son.